Welcome to the inaugural episode of BREW-UP Trends Industry Insights series. Today we have got a very special guest with us, Dr. Ajay Ranka. Dr. Ajay Ranka is MD and Chairman of Zydex Group. He is one of the highly renowned polymer scientist and engineer, and he started his experience with PPG Industries in USA. In 1997, he decided to start his own company Zydex with a sole vision of innovating sustainable solutions for resource conservation. Under his visionary leadership, today Zydex has got its presence in more than 40 countries, and they have come up with so far 200 plus innovative solutions in textiles. Today, apart from the textile divisions, they have also ventured into multiple other domains like agro, paint, and road. So let us hear from Dr. Ranka more about the need of the green tech solutions, where India stands today, what are the roadblocks, and the future of the green technology and sustainable solutions.
After my graduation in US, I joined PPG Industry, which was the fifth largest chemical company in US and the first largest paint company globally. Worked there for 2.5 years, and then I realized that whatever I had to learn, I have learned. So I said, time to go back to India and build what we used to call in those days import substitution. This is way back in '86. Then in 1995-96, when the family decided that everybody should have their own independent enterprises, I decided to set up Zydex as a company under my supervision and direction. And basically, I realized at that time that the Finnish Prime Minister in his UN address had laid down the concept of sustainability. And I felt that this would be the most important reason why 21st century will basically be focused on sustainability as a concept, and why it is important for humanity to pursue this goal. And so we said that Zydex will dedicate itself to the goal of achieving sustainability through innovations, because nothing happens overnight. So there has to be a continuous need of innovation, and that's where the journey has begun, and it has now continued for the last 25 years.
Sir, where do you see India today when it comes to green technology innovations?
See, very frankly, I think we are very low in terms of innovation, in terms of the addressing sustainability as a cause is concerned. We are more in the production mode, and we always like to go to the Western world to adopt new practices. Now we are starting to go to China also. Where I feel India needs to focus is actually start looking at value added products and put part of that money in research and development, particularly looking at the textile scenario, for which we are generally talking currently. If you look at your spend on R&D in textile, it is negligible. It is not even, I would say, 0.01%. You go to most of the textile mills and you say, what is your R&D department? And there is none. So there is a problem.
Sir, Zydex has come up with 200 plus solutions in textiles. So could you please tell us more about it?
We participate across the board. That means right from sizing of the yarn all the way to finishing. Where we have done a lot of innovation, let's say in sizing area, is we basically made sure that the polyester industry, which is becoming the mainstay of the fabric, it has a binding material for weaving, which is polyester based and which is more eco-friendly and high in performance. That means the amount of carbon footprint it leaves behind is much less than the original technology, because these polymers are polyester based itself. Then comes the printing area. Printing produces a lot of pollution in terms of water, particularly the reactive printing, the dispersed printing. That is something which we are now trying to replace with pigments. There has been an extraordinary lack of, I would say, quality equivalence between the polluting processes of printing versus an eco-friendly process. Where Zydex innovation has come in is bridge that gap. Today, pigment printing, we have brought it almost equal in performance to a reactive printing or a disperse printing to in specific type of polyester fabric. And then there are a host of innovations like antimicrobials and other things also we have done in terms of reducing the impact of chemicals, water and energy. So, this is where our focus is.
So any technological innovation has its own cost, and in a developing country like India, people are looking always for the affordable solutions. So how you are planning to take it to the grassroots level, sir?
See, generally commercial is the reality, and we must deliver innovations which are affordable. Somebody has to pay for it. The technology must innovate itself to the current practices of how the businesses are set up and how the raw material availability and the ability of the masses to pay for the value you have created has to sort of close the loop.
Yes.
And take for example, organic cotton has been a demand for last 50 years, not fulfilled. What is the reason? Basically, you have poor lands in terms of fertility, you do not have enough of raw material which is bio based, and your yields drop. So, the farmer expects 40% higher price. So, the customer is not willing to pay, and this is basically why organic cotton never took the mainstay. Correct.
Sir, in agro sector, one of your product, Zytonic AIM, is indeed a revolutionary thing. So we want to know more about this product and what were your ideas behind launching this product?
See, to me, when I looked at a 25-year ahead for India, I realized that providing nutritious food, providing safe food for our future children, for our future generation and the nation is a critical problem, and that is where this whole biofertilizer innovation we brought. In simple terms, if I have to say what we have done, we have taken the mechanism of a forest where you do not apply any fertilizer, you do not apply any pesticide, and made that mechanism super efficient and applicable in the farm in a very simple terms. Now, once you have done that, what happens is it commercially viable? Now, the statement I am making is, today there is a protocol called Prakalpa Sanjeevani which I have pioneered. So, this methodology, the product line which we have built, is capable of taking the chemical farming, converting that into a bio farming in one crop cycle, but with higher profits. Now, this is a big statement, but we have shown to the farmer, thousands of farmers, that this can be done successfully in all types of soils, in all types of crops. Okay. Relevant to the organic cotton story, if you want to maintain the land organic, you can't do organic cotton day in day out continuously on that land. You will have to use that land for something else also to basically rotate the crops. So, unless the entire organic ecosystem becomes overall profitable for the farmer, he will not change, and that is where the biggest breakthrough of this technology came in.
So how farmers are reacting to it?
I have basically done a huge survey of farmers not only in India but across the world, I have not come across a single farmer who says, I love chemical fertilizer. There is not a single one who says, I love pesticides. Everybody wants to look for a solution. They don't know what exactly is the solution.
Sir, could you please highlight something about your Zytonic Godhan product?
Okay. In this Prakalpa Sanjeevani or the chemical transition, chemical free farm transition, one of the most important thing is what we are saying, that the chemical nutrient now will be given by bionutrient. Now that means the nutrients will be supplied by the biology. Now any living being, when it operates efficiently, it needs food to eat. And what is the best food for the microbes? A very high quality manure. So what I realized, that a country like India, we are blessed to have 35 crore cattle in our farms, in the cows, the bulls and all that. So we approximately get 140 crore ton of manure every year, free of cost. But today, because of static composting, it is just left behind, lot of it gets washed away, lot of it is burned, and people actually are not utilizing the manure in proper manner. And since they have shifted to chemical nutrient, they don't find the need of improving that. Now if you want to do basically biofarming, one of the challenge was, how do we increase the efficacy, that means the quality of this manure, but without increasing labor cost, without having difficult protocols, and convert that into a high quality manure. And that is where the innovation of Zytonic Godhan came in. Having realized that the fungal population in our lands have deteriorated in the last 50 years because of rotovation and because of the chemical application. We basically are decomposting the manure with a fungal based biofertilizer. Now what it does is, it basically allows us to convert more towards what we call a SOM, that means stable organic matter, along with a high amount of fungal, beneficial fungal species. And when this is applied, the land fertility values increase and it supports the biological population. So this was the first bottleneck which we solved in terms of resources. And what we did was, instead of now 8 to 10 tons of manure being applied for a conventional organic farming, we could do the same impact with only 1 ton. So 8 time reduction in the use of raw material. So now the statement you are hearing from me is, every acre of our arable land, in every crop cycle, we can provide good quality biomanure to sustain a biological farming.
And how much time normally it takes to convert that, that whole manure cycle, sir?
Normal, if you do not use Zydex technology, it will take anywhere between 6 to 9 months. But once you use the Zydex technique of biodigestion, generally it would take anywhere between 30 to 45 days.
Okay. So, in agro business, the condition of the farmers today in India in itself in a big question, sir. So, how affordable is this solutions provided by the Zydex?
See, let's put it this way. Chemical fertilizer subsidized by the government, water subsidized by the government, free of cost electricity, no tariff for how much water the farmer is drawing. Chemical pesticides, one of the cheapest in the world. Against that, the only statement I will make is, the first crop cycle transition to chemical free farming is profitable in spite of all this subsidy.
Okay. Okay.
So, the question is, as long as you are making more profits, then everything is affordable.
So, how you are planning to take this, innovation to the grassroots level, sir? Do you think that collaboration with the government institutions are going to play a very vital role in taking your this initiative to the farmers group?
Yes, yes, it will help, definitely. But today, what happens is, what I am talking about is too good to be true. So, most of the people have a deep apprehension that he is the 51st doctor who has come making claims but may not be valid. So, seeing is believing. And we are now working with thousands of farmers to show them, even hundreds and thousands of people who are growing cotton are experiencing this phenomenon. My general suggestion with the government's intervention would be, we don't need to subsidize farming. What is required is demonstration of this new technology, new technique in every village to at least 5 progressive farmers in that village for next 3 years. If people see that in my village, my farmers are practicing something which is profit positive, which is ecologically positive, and which is actually going to be desired by the society and by the government, then he will move towards that on lock, stock and barrel. The best part of this whole technological approach is high nutrient crops like banana, let us say like sugarcane, like potato. We can make those also profitable and yield equal to chemical farms, and the low nutrient crops like wheat, like soybean, like rice, like chana, even there we make more money and we are improving the yield. That means you have basically covered the entire spectrum. So, the entire farm produce crops, whether row crop, horticulture, vegetables, it does not make any difference. This technology is profit positive.
So, equally effective on all sort of crops.
At Zydex, we have created a kit of, we call it Prakalp Sanjeevani kit. So, we give everything for 500 square meter, that means 5000 feet. Now, the farmer can use this, let us say 2000 to 2500 rupee kit for a typical crop in that 500 square meter, and actually see that this is not only chemical free, he is able to do away with the pesticides and all that, but his yields are getting better, his growth is getting better. So, when he sees in his own farm, then seeing is believing, and with a cost target of 2,500 rupees is affordable, and there is a desire for farmer to experiment. So, we are now starting to do this with as many farmers as we meet, and we are promoting this. So, we believe that experiential learning is very effective in terms of commercial adoption.
No, sir, indeed, it is a very innovative idea, sir. And what exactly you want to achieve through the project Sanjeevani, sir? Because the name itself has, it appears very impactful. So, project Sanjeevani.
See, okay, what was Sanjeevani? Sanjeevani was a herb which Hanumanji brought for Lakshmanji when he was basically about to die. So, his immunity was compromised. Similarly, today's India's land has been given too much of poison, just like a snake bite, in terms of chemical fertilizer and chemical pesticides. Now, this poison need to be reversed, but quickly. After Sanjeevani was given, Lakshmanji was not only able to recover, but he was ready to fight immediately. He did not say that I am going for a holiday for 3 weeks. He was ready to fight. So similarly, our farms need to revive their fertility and ready to produce better and more food. So that is why I coined the name Prakalpa Sanjeevani. This will act like a Sanjeevani. So immediate transformation. So the whole innovation is compressing the time of recovery of the soil fertility quickly. So how do you do that? So there is a specific 4-step process. If we follow that, then we are able to do that.
Thank you so much, sir. And I hope all of you would have really enjoyed this session. We look forward to your feedback, and we will be coming up with many more such episodes. Thank you.